your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, yesterday we were talking about the 382 in the bonds. As you can see, we did get there, but we only backed off about $400. We stopped right here. And if you looked at the last time we had a correction, you'll see that it should have stopped right there, and that's exactly what it did. If you looked at this just from a standpoint of where the ratios are, we'll just take a look and see if it made a 382 off of the bottom. And guess what? Hello, operator, where are you? Right there, and there it is, right there. Now, folks, when you look at this, when you blow it up and see it like this, what you're looking at here is a really strong 135 pattern. This was 2 o'clock this morning when we sent this out, New York time, of course. But anyway, that's where we were watching here because it was hitting that number exactly. And we were doing the same thing in the silver and gold, making these. I mean, they were really, really, really spectacularly bullish in silver, and that, of course, pulled the gold up along with it. So those are some of the things that we're watching. I think the most amazing thing from my standpoint today was the move in the Dow Jones to up 500 points when the S&P was down 30. I had not seen that before. I maybe Stan can give us a rough idea, but the news came out, I guess, that all 30 Dow stocks are now going into artificial intelligence big time. Well, maybe that's not true, but maybe I heard that as a rumor. I'm just joking, folks. Shouldn't make fun of stuff like that. But that's anyway, it was an incredible move, and it was just an absolute spectacular, I don't know if it was a blow-off because the market's still up 400 and some points. So you could hardly call it anything else other than that. S&P's backed off a little bit, but not too very much. Now, we've had some increases in some of the things that were surprising to us, and one of them, of course, was the euro, because we've been very bearish. The euro, we had a really nice move down in it last night. You can see here we had a pretty good move down into it, and then when the news came out, you can see here, boom, the way it went. And now we're just back up to the same area right now. It still looks bearish, but we've been up here for 8 days, folks, and it hasn't broken down very much. And this last little pullback here today, really was quite amazing. And then you had the news came out, and that's when the market had a pretty good run to the upside. We saw the same thing in the British pound. I'll show you that. And I have so many questions about some of these stocks today. I don't think I'm going to be able to answer all of them, but I will try to answer a few. Here's the British pound, because it's also another one that was still bearish. But you can see here in the British pound today, we haven't rallied very much at all. There's where the news came out. There was the 382 yesterday. We came down quite a bit to this level, and all we're doing now is bouncing back. Still bearish, still hanging in there, but that's pretty much what we're watching here in the currencies. Now, we had a question about the wheat market today, and I wanted to bring your attention up to that, and we'll take a look at it because we're looking for a place to, add or buy back the wheat. Let me get up here. I believe that number was at 28 or something like that. Yeah, there it is right there. Hold on. Here it is. This was the wheat for today. We had the move here. You can see there was the 382 coming back from that level right here. You can see we went below it. We hadn't even got halfway through. We couldn't even take out the lows of 4 days ago. We had an A, B, C, D pattern in there very nicely. It was nice pointed out to us by Tommy Terrific over there in South Dakota. And if you'll notice here, you take, I think it's North Dakota. By golly, I think that's right. Here we go. This is Wednesday, folks, here at the estate, and so all the gardeners are out. Folks, they have 4 gardeners doing this estate here, and they had you don't need to know this. Anyway, they had to do some trimming on these giant sago palms that they have here, and you talk about they had so many trucks, I couldn't believe it, and it was a real job to get it done, but they're real professional. But my goodness, if I told you how much it cost to have that done, you'd be really surprised. It was a lot. Hold on just a second. Let's get this out of the way here. Let's take a look here at Apple. We've had 2 calls about Apple today because it's supposed to be moving. It's still holding its own. It's actually down a little bit today. It's not doing very much at all. Some of the Dow stocks must be, because with the Dow being up 450 points at one time, that's a big move. And I was looking at, some of the stocks myself. Amazon was one I wanted to see because it looked like it was ready to break out to the upside. And yet, you see, it really didn't do very much. Amazon has actually backed off this morning. It opened higher, but then it's backed off. It didn't do very much. I also was watching Goldman Sachs because, that's a big one. That should really put some flour in the old cake. But that was your reason. There was the real reason why your Dow Jones was up 500 points, just because of this. Look at that. That's up 30 points, folks. And that, when you stop and think it's the most expensive stock in the Dow at 832. Oh, my goodness. What are we looking at here, Pesavento? Let's try to help the folks with something. Let's do the old alphabet, boys and girls. What do we have here? My goodness, we've got A, we've got B, we've got C and D, and it measures to 830 with this gap. You have to add by 1.27. So let's see how close we came to the exact high. This might be an interesting thing today, folks. But that's what did it. That's what did it right there. Well, that 127 takes you up here into the stratosphere. So you got to go back to the 1 number. And we'll put that up here to see where we are here. Hold on. Make that even 100. And I'll make sure you use that as a default. There it is. So there's 830. We're trading at 832 at a gap. This was it, folks. We gapped from 810 up to 835. That was your total move in the Dow early this morning, folks, was this one right here that we're seeing here in the Dow. I'm anxious to hear what our good friend Stan Harley says, because I'm old school, folks. When I see something explosive like that, where the indices that have been leading the pack, especially the NASDAQ, that doesn't do very much, then that's it. We also had one that we did mention that I said, if you were going to short anything today, folks, let me get this out of the way so we can do this really. Stan will be with us. He's got the whole thing planned for today. But we said to watch the Russell, because if you're going to sell anything, the one you wanted to be selling would be the Russell. So here's where we're looking at the Russell today. And this is, you can see with the Dow Jones making new highs, okay, all the Russell is doing is making a 50% retracement. That was it right there. And that came in at 77. The high had been 83. Now we're at 68. So that's what we were saying, that if you're going to sell anything, sell the weakest. You don't want to sell the strongest. And the Dow, of course, went Scotia Buccatati to the upside, and that means that it was going a lot higher. So anyway, that's what we're paying attention to as we see these things unfolding today. I'll get the Dow Jones up here so you can see it, because it was really, look at this move here. This was Goldman Sachs, folks. See that? That's 500 points in the Dow, and almost all of it was Goldman Sachs. And that's, you can see where we are right now. We've been meandering back and forth. As a matter of fact, if you looked at this from the old 382 standpoint, here was our last low that we had way back here yesterday. And that was in the middle of the night. And let's see if it pulled right back to the 382. Now the 382 is right here. Here's where we are, but we're still hanging in pretty good. So it looks like we're going to be going
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, this is the NASDAQ. You can see it followed relatively well here. What was happening? We're having a little rally. We only made the 382. We hit it 1, 2, 3 times. We're here again right now with the NASDAQ. But it had a pretty big break. If you look at this on a longer time frame, last night we got up to this level right here, okay? And it held pretty good. Now, the interesting part is after we had the big break, I was sure we were going to get down to the 382 on this, but as you can see, we didn't even do that. It missed it by, well over 100 and some points on the downside. So this market still looks pretty bullish, folks. I mean, when you see the Dow Jones, that's 30 stocks, and it's not really 30 stocks. It's most of it was IBM. When you see IBM up 30 point, IBM, Goldman Sachs up 30 points, and it's price weighted. It's not cap weighted, and it's the highest price. Stop and think, folks. It's $800. It's worth more than the bottom 10 Dow stocks all combined. So that's why it's a skewed in place, and you don't want to try to get involved with it. All right. Okay, that's what we're watching here in the NASDAQ. We covered the Russell, and I wanted to cover one other thing here. And let's get over to the live cattle because we keep our eye on that because it has some really good opportunities. I missed it today, so let's see what's happening. I missed it again. Yeah, there it is. There was our 382 again. You can see here, and we've been heading down here. There's a scam call coming in. Let me get rid of that. All right. Anyway, there's what we did today. And the fact is, it's been just moving lower. Let's just see. Here's today's action is right here. Let's just go to a 13-minute chart, see if it did anything. 382. No, it didn't even. There was yesterday's action, and here's today's action. You can see we opened lower. We've had a little bit of a rally, but not even anywhere close to a 3. Oh, maybe we have. Let's just double check. That might be it right there, boys and girls. No, we missed it. That would be up there at 26. So it's been a tight range today, 24 to 26. But there's your 382 on the daily range from the high back in here with that. Now, okay, someone asked me a question about, earlier this morning when I sent that video out about why silver is exhibiting such a bullish thing. I mean, I don't trade silver that often, but my friend John Jameson alerted me to the fact that, hey, look, silver's almost ready to break out. And I thought it broke 10 cents, folks. It's already come back 7 of those 10. This is a really bullish chart in silver. I mean, and I don't think it's going to keep gold down very much either, because those are the real players are over in the gold market. But that silver chart, boy, that you don't want to stand in something, that's bullish. Like, look, for instance, the Dow Jones today. I mean, if I had to sell anything, the one I'd be watching, of course, would have been the Russell, and that's been the weaker. That's what I try to do, is just like the cheetah out in the old Serengeti. You want to sell the weakest. Those are the ones that are easier to get through. As we look at the Dow Jones, the S&P here today, we've had some good action, Fibonacci wise. Just bring it over here and you'll see. There's where our low came in, right at the 382 earlier this morning. That was a 382 off of the low right back here. You can see it right away. I've already drawn it in. There was your 382. For that move, that stopped. What'd we do? We rallied right up to the 618, and that's where we are right now. We're just banging our heads right against it. There's nothing bearish about this either. There was the pattern that I was looking at last night, was right there. To sell at 68.97, the high was 69 even. Okay, then it came all the way down. It dropped 40 handles. All right, that was a nice profit objective to look at, and here's what we've done so far. So that's what I'm doing when I try to give these videos out to show. Now, I'm going to be doing a live show this Friday, and folks, I have got some stuff that I think is, if you got a chance, you really want to listen to it, because it's all about trading these strong trending markets like we're seeing right now. And it's also about how to use that 382 that we talk about so much. There's a few little tricks that Tom Hugard was kind enough to share me that he's been using. And so I'm going to share those with you, because it counts on the number of bars. Because if you do a 382, you don't want to do it on one bar like this. You want to do it with a little sequence of bars, and that helps tell you what it's doing, and that's what we're paying attention to as we go through and take a look at that right now. We just hit right now, John just told me we just hit there's 2 standard deviations here at 209 here in the gold. So that should slow it down today, because that's 2 standard deviations, and that is, you get above here, then they get real scary. So 1 standard deviation is enough, but this is 2. But look what this tells us what we're going to go to. We're going to go up here to 42.66. That's not very far away. What is that, $40? I mean, that's not even, that's nothing. We've already ran a lot more than that today. We ran, let me see, from 12.40. Well, we're up over $100 today, folks. Wow, I didn't even realize that. Boy, that's a heck of a move. Right here was the key. See that? You had your little pattern right here. And look at that. As soon as you broke above that, that's what you want to be watching. Now, well, I don't want to get into why I look at these, but you want to, well, I've got some ideas. We'll show you when, if you get on a chance to be on the show, we'll show you what we're paying attention to here as we look at some of these things here unfolding, okay? So bear with me here 1 second, and we'll see where we are. Hold on. And I want to get up here and talk about Tesla, because we've got some good friends that are in the hospital today for a little bit of R&R over there in Las Vegas, and I want to wish them a very speedy recovery or good results, whatever that's what the doctors are doing to him. Hold on, here's Tesla. Here's where we are, and I believe it should be up today. It's not. It's doing very little. Let's see where we are today with Tesla. Okay, now Tesla is actually down, folks, because there's today's action, and it is down, but it's not down very much. If you like a little bit of A, B, C, D action, this will give you all you need to look at. Stan Harley will be on today. He's got everything lined up today. TFNN's got all new programs for him. There's where the low of the day should be around 425. So far, we're 426. That should have been the low of the day right in here. And we should get a little bit of a bounce from this level. But it's got some bearishness coming in, since early November. Here we are almost in the middle of November, and we are still moving lower here in Tesla. And then finally, the last one we want to look at is Caterpillar, because it is the second most expensive. It used to be. Let's just double check. I don't know if it's passed up Microsoft or not. Oh, yeah, it has. It has passed up Softy. There's where we are with the Microsoft, with that. Well, even today, look how much this was up. So you got your number 2 stock is up this much. Let's see how much Softy was up, because that's number 3. They're all 800, 570, and then Softy is at, last time I saw it was around 540. Let's see where it is right now. A 504. Wow, that's not up. Look at this. Microsoft is actually down on the day, folks. Look at that. Wow. Oh, no. It is up. There's today's action. It was up more. That's it. But look how much it's come down, folks. This used to be the number 2. And look at it now. It's not even just barely gets into number 3. So those are the things we're watching. Let's stay tuned for somebody who's really interested in telling us what he knows, and he knows a lot. Stan Harley of the Harley Stock Market Letter will be up here in just a moment, so stay tuned, folks.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direction's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, Stan is still trying to get the camera hooked up here, so hopefully we'll be okay here. in just a moment, and I'm just make sure he's not quite ready. Let's talk here about the Dow Jones, folks, because you can see here we shattered the old high here from the 28th of October. Remember, that was the day was the worst breadth of the market ever. The market came down. We stopped right at the 61% retracement there. Remember on last Friday, we were right down to it. There's where we were. And then here we go, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and here's where we are blowing up this to the upside, just something spectacular. We got all the way up to 85 and change, folks, 85.36. Now remember, most of this is Goldman Sachs, so you've got to factor that in. I have to factor it in. But you can see here you made a new high in this one and you backed off. So whether that's going to mean much or not, that I don't know. But when you see something spectacular like this, it usually does mean something. Now, I don't follow volume, but let's just look at something here today. Well, even the volume today, it's more than yesterday, of course, and we've got another 2 hours to go, so it's going to be pretty big. Yesterday's volume was virtually nothing on the upside, but this one here is pretty substantial, what we're watching with the Dow up 396 points so far here today. Okay, since we've got a minute or two, I want to cover a couple of stocks that people have asked me about, and one of them is Palantir, and they are the masters of artificial intelligence, folks. These are the people that go to because they've got the greatest data source in the history of the world, from what John tells me. There's where our big move was. We came all the way back down, and then you had this big rally. With the rally today, look at this. This market's down, folks, in a really bullish move. I mean, that's telling you maybe some of these dudes that got this stuff going with AI is having, maybe it's not going to be as easy as they think. But actually, this is setting right at a 61% retracement right now, so it should be pretty good support. Well, here's 50%. Sorry about that. There's where it is right now. Well, we're just going to wait and not worry about that. Now, someone also asked me about Bitcoin. I think I did the Bitcoin. If I've got it here in my thing, where is it? Come on. Where are you, Bitcoin? Shut. There it is right here. Bear with me here a second. We'll get this up here. We'll be able to see it without too much trouble. I have to change it over to Bitcoin, and then we'll be right back because this is a bearish chart, folks, in Bitcoin. I'm going to move this over here. So well, dear, I got to spread this out a little bit. You can see how bearish it is, folks. All we're doing here is making 382 retracements in this. Look at this. This is a daily chart. I mean, we're coming down big time. We got stocks going to the moon, and Bitcoin is one of the risk-on things. Hello, operator. It's trading at 101. We had our low down here at 99. This is not a very bullish scenario if you're a risk-on person, okay? There it is right there. That's a 135 on the daily, and there was your 382 yesterday, and look at it today. Hammering it pretty good. So I don't know if that's going to mean anything to the stock market or not, but sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You know, that's all you can say. Let's see if we got our main Stan up. Stan's not up yet, so let's move on. And let's just talk here just a second about the trading. This is the New York Stock Exchange Trading Index. Okay, now you can see here it's really strong today again. Maybe it's making a triple top up in here. I don't know, but there's where we are today. It's holding up pretty strongly. So, you know, maybe it makes a new high, A, B, C, D, but I don't think this is the runaway that everybody's talking about this morning. Most of that run up in the Dow Jones, folks, was, you know, Goldman Sachs. You know, it's an $800 stock and it was up $35. I mean, that's 4.5%. Give me a break. That means 4.5% on the Dow. If it were all the Dow stocks, that means the Dow would be up 1,600 points. 4% of 4,000. I mean, hello, operator. That's a big, big number. Okay, let's move on here. Get someone else got another question, and we'll move this out of the way here. Get Palantir out of the way. And they want to talk about the Japanese yen versus the dollar, which I looked at that last night and it looked like it was breaking out again to the upside as we thought it was going to. Let's see how we're doing. Yep, we stopped. That's good. That's good. Stop. This is an interesting one, folks, because we've reached some pretty good level up in here. There's a level where it should have stopped to. And as you can see here, we went a little bit above it. That's your 127. And if you go back and look at the big one here, you can see it's way past anything else. So we're still in a real bullish run. If we look at this on the long-term daily, we're back to areas where it hasn't been to before. In fact, it hit one of them today, 155. The high today was 155.04. That was a real key number. That's why this little deal is right there, because that's from an old high way back here. Let's see if we can find it, and you'll be able to see why we're watching it so much. Okay, there it is, right? It goes back to January. That's your January number, folks, 155. So if you want to sell the yen, you got a really good place to do it, because the high today is 155. We're 30 pips below that right now, so your risk is relatively small, and it is an area where it should be. Let's look at the weekly. I bet you can even see it a little bit better. And there it is right there. There's that weekly number that we're watching. There's your high right here, bringing it in right there, and bada bing, bada boom, and that's where the beeper went off this morning, and that's what stopped right here. We look at this real close. I think we have someone in the house is ready now. Stan, are you there, my friend?
Well, hello, Larry. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, we're ready, pal. Fire away, buddy. Let me turn off my machine here. Let the real professional come in. I imagine you see these 500-point up moves in the Dow Jones all the time. So tell us what you're seeing today, buddy.
Okay, well, I think a picture's worth 1,000 words, as they say. Let's go to some charts. Sorry about all the technical issues we had, but I think we may have them ironed out. What I want to do is talk a little bit about measures of central tendency. When we look at a data set, how do we determine what is the measure of central tendency? There are a number of ways to do it. One can do what's called Fourier analysis. One can do regression modeling. One can compute the average or the mean, or one can compute the median. And I think when we look at market cycles, I think it's best to look at the median. And I'll show you why. Let's look at the stock market.
Stan?
Yeah.
Al tells us you're seeing your OBS, whatever that means. I don't know what an OBS is.
I know what he's talking about. Okay. Got it. Understood. Yes, I will fix that.
Okay.
Yes, I do understand. I just need a moment here. Yeah, I do know what the issue is. Maybe that'll fix the problem right there. Okay, I'll hear them. I will pick it up after the break.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direction's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, we're back, folks, with Stan Harley. Please continue, my friend.
Absolutely. I apologize for these technical issues here. It might be a problem with my OBS. That's a special software that connects the camera and the device that runs it through the computer. I'll fix that.
Okay.
Anyhow, let's take a look at the weekly chart. I've talked about this in the past, but I think it's worth going over again. There's a variable cycle in the market. I call it the weekly primary cycle, and it typically spans about 33 weeks, just under 8 months. And it's due again, ideally right at the end of this month. So one wonders, well, what the heck's going on here? And I'm not seeing it on my monitor.
It seems like your screen is frozen, it says, Al. But I don't see it, so evidently something's not right. I don't know. I love the technical part of this business so much, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I should not be allowed out of the house, actually.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop share and then reshare. I hope that works. All right, I'm sharing once again, and let me know if that comes through, please.
Already? Not seen anything yet, but I'm not the one that makes that decision here. Let's watch here one more time. No, I'm not getting anything for some reason.
Okay,
but, I'm going
to just talk through the charts. I don't know what the problem is. I clicked share screen, and for some reason it's not coming through. And I don't know the reason why. I don't know whether it's my end or TFNN.
Welcome to the club, my friend. But we like to hear what you have to say anyway, and we'll remember it. So please speak slowly and distinct, and we're here.
Absolutely. Well, I was listening to you talk earlier. You talking about how the Dow was up 400 and the S&P was down 30. Microsoft is down from its former high. Here's what I think is going on, Larry, and I'm so sad that we don't have a chart that can show it. But I've seen this pattern before. Back in 2020, right after the COVID low, we had a big slice and dice move to the downside, bottomed on March the 23rd, 2020. That low is what I call both a monthly primary cycle low and a weekly primary cycle low. Now, the weekly cycles are about 8 months, roughly 33 weeks. So the next low on the weekly chart after that low occurred at the end of October. Well, you had an interesting structure between September 2nd of 2020 and October 30th of 2020. The market made a sharp decline into September 24th, and then it rallied back into October 12th before ultimately going down and bottoming on October 30th. Well, on October the 12th, you had the New York Composite go to a new all-time high, but the S&P did not. So that structure looks very, very similar to what's going on right now. So all of the indices, the Dow and the S&P previously topped on October 29th. We pulled back and made a low on November 7th. We end up today, and the Dow made a new all-time high. The S&P did not. The NASDAQ did not. And if we didn't make a high today, I think we probably will tomorrow. And then I would expect us to go down for about the next 2 weeks, bottoming right around the 25th of November, plus or minus. So it's kind of an ABC structure where you got the A wave down, the B wave up, and with the B wave up, the Dow goes to a new high, unconfirmed by any other index. Then the broad market should start trending southbound once again, maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday latest. And then I think when we get to November 25th, plus or minus, I think that's going to be a great, what I call back up the truck moment for long side investors. And then if we repeat the pattern we did in 2020, all of the benchmark indices, including Mr. Softy, should rocket back to new highs.
Okay, boy, that sure makes good sense because it certainly looks like it wants to go higher. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a bull market, and the initial, what I call the weekly primary cycle, which occurs about every 8 months, the initial one after a major monthly bottom, those tend to be fairly benign. You don't get gigantic pullbacks. And in the case of 2020, that structure between September the 2nd, 2020, and October 30th was basically a sideways structure. Folks can look that up on their charts and they can see what I'm talking about. And I'm just so sad I can't show the charts here today. Maybe during the break I can get them working. But it was a fairly benign decline. A little fake out there when we got to the high on October the 12th. But not yet the time to get resoundingly bullish, in my opinion, not for about 2 more weeks. And then I think that'll be a good time to pound the bullish drum.
Okay, that makes pretty good sense. Well, listen, I hope we get these things straightened out. I know they can be, but Stan, you know me, I'm the last person in the block that ever knows anything. I have a hard time changing the batteries on my mouse. So that's I get panicked when I see that happening. But we'll have you on again soon, and please keep in touch with me like you do, because I like to see what you're doing and everything. And you've got some great ideas. You've been bullish this for a very long time, and with action today, even though it may all be Goldman Sachs, it still means something because that's the number one player in the hall there with a price of $830, and it's up $35 today. Boy, some of the guys that are working there are making some serious money, I think, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, listen, buddy, thank you so much, and we'll have you on again really soon. Okay, pal?
My pleasure. Look forward to it.
You bet. Stan Harley, folks, the Harley Stock Market Letter. Just Google it, and he'll send you a copy of the letter and let you see what's going on. We're going to cover a few other things here in just a second, so let me pull up a couple of charts here. We've got time for a few more here before the break, possibly. We never know for sure, but there's where we are watching the Dow Jones here. You can see the big move. We went from the low we made right here in the middle of the night. We didn't quite make 50% retracement. We dropped, a meager 200 points, and we're Dow is still up, 401 right now. It's been up 500 and change, and here's where we are, right now. So this is nothing bearish about this, of course. The others have backed off a little bit from those levels. I'm seeing gold here now trading up here at around 21.19. Boy, that is one strong puppy, folks. One strong puppy. Here's the E-mini S&P. We'll get it up here to remind everybody where we are. All we've done so far is to rally up to the 61% retracement, and this is what we're doing right now. Too much. If we look at this on a really smaller time frame, you're going to see some really nice swings here that it had this morning. There was our high that we made last night, and then of course we had the big move down with everything, and of course it stopped. The first move It stopped right at the 382. Then it came down, made a lower low, and then since that time, it has been ratcheting higher little by little, but with small time frames. You can see here, as we look at this on the smaller time frame, you'll see that it does have some very nice, ABCD patterns in it and stuff, but we're up against some really strong resistance here.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a look here at the S&P over the last couple of days. Here's the 11th, here's the 12th. You can see the move that we had, the ABCD move right to there. All it does is repeat again, folks. You can see just move that over like this, and you'll see it does almost the exact same. Well, it didn't follow the right way. Hold on a second. Let's do it the right way, Larry. First of all, I want to show you the distance down in this move is like this. Okay, so I want to bring it over to show you that when you move this over like that, you can see we're a little bit below it, but almost exactly right. It's just repeating over and over again. That's where we are right now. Now, will we go up and make another new high up in this area right here? Because remember, folks, we're only a heartbeat away from the real high, which was right there. You can see that? That was supposed to be island reversal that never really happened. And now we've come back and touched the island. If we look at, well, I don't have time to pull up. Yes, I do. Try to put the SPY up, and you might be able to see what I'm referring to. And here it is right now. And let's get up here with the daily very quickly, because it looked like you were going to have a really nice, it's had a pretty big, why does it say red here? Oh, I know why, because it opened higher and is a little bit lower than the open. I bet you that's what we're watching. Let's look here quickly. Yeah, there was the high this morning, and see, we're still below that high. We gapped up big time, and now you can see here's where we are right now. We're just rallying back. The pullback this morning, just like in the S&P, stopped right at the 61% retracement, telling us that, hey, there's nothing bearish about this puppy. And there it was right there, hit it twice. Right after the open, you can see here, there's where we are right now as we watch these things here unfolding here today. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless, and we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow, folks. So may God bless.